welcome to Youth Space Podcast.
Oh, yeah.
So they're like 16 long.
Yeah, if you've seen it, keep listening. If you don't want to spoil it, come back to it once you've seen a bit of it.
G'day, you're listening to the Latrobe Youth Space radio show live right here on Gippsland FM 104.7. We're here every Wednesday from 4:30 till 6, bringing you a bunch of different topics that young people want to hear. I'm joined today by Danny and Tay. Yep, and yeah, today we're going to be chatting a little bit about the Latrobe Youth Film Festival, and we're chatting a little bit about previous festivals as well as, the previous festival and as well as about this year's. I hand over to Danny and Tay to have a little bit of a chat further about this.
Yeah, so last year, let's just say we had like 4 movies, I think 5 movies.
I think it was 5, yeah.
Yeah, so young people got together and made some films about, what was it? What were they about?
I can't remember the theme.
There was, it was health, I think, wasn't it? Or
Mental health. It was
mental
mental
health.
health. And it
So
was interesting to see each group tackle it in different ways.
Yeah, so young people got together. They did a bunch of training before filming. And it was more like just on how to like use a camera, how to use this acting, I think there was, and just like planning, so storyboarding, which let's just say they were a long few days of doing it all, or a few weeks or months or however long it took us to do them. But yeah, so Danny, you were in some, weren't you?
I was in one. I was supposed to be in a couple of them, but scheduling conflicts, you know. I feel such like an actor when I say that. Scheduling conflicts, I can't make it. But yeah, I did one, and it was pretty funny. Fun day.
I'm pretty sure I was in that one as well.
Yeah, you were. I think you and Brittany, you guys were hanging out at the bus stop.
Yeah.
And I had to walk past because I was a bully.
Yeah.
You know, typecast really. I was a bully, and my role was to like walk on this. You didn't see me, my face, but I walked on, and I had to shoulder bump the person and just keep walking like a nasty person. And I remember I did it, and then we had to do it again because they kept telling me, "You got to do it harder. You got to do it harder." And I'm like, "But I don't want to hurt him." Like, what? So in the end, we got it, and I remember you can actually hear it, and I'm like, "Oh, I hope I didn't hurt him."
Yeah, so and I was in a couple as well, especially known for holding the boom mic.
Yeah.
I was the boom person, as they could, I don't know what you call them, audio.
Boom mic operator, I think.
I wouldn't have a clue. But I was I was in some of them as well, so I had to do a couple.
You were in a shop as well, weren't you?
Yeah, I was in I can't remember what shop it was, but we were playing like tradie roles, I think, or something like that, which was really cool. So yeah, like even, and then our premiere was probably the best night that we've had. So yeah, like we had all the young people from all the movies and like all the extras, we had studio heads and everything, so they're our volunteers. So everyone come along
for a row of limousines just lined up outside the Mid-Valley. That was amazing.
I know, and everyone's just like looking like, what is this?
Is there any shop opening? What's going on?
Which is pretty cool. It's like, how would you call it? It's like once in a life moment. You can do them kind of stuff as well.
Moment, yeah.
But yeah, like this year, since like COVID, we can't meet up and do like
our workshops and stuff.
Yeah, workshops. So we're doing them all online, and you don't have to have any skills whatsoever to join. I think it's just email Michelle or email Megan.
Yeah. So we've also got our expression of interest form online. If you head over to the Facebook page, Latrobe Youth Film Festival online, in brackets, it has LYFFO, the acronym next to it. There's expression of interest form there, as well as information about the info session and meet and greet that we're holding on the 1st of October.
Yeah.
Very cool. Yeah. Otherwise, you can email Megan Cannon, so MEGAN.CANNON at ymca.org.au. Nice and easy. Woohoo!
I reckon this one will be really cool.
Yes.
Because what's the topic on this one this year? It's
Transition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
it's it.
last year's topic, sorry to correct you, was like health and well-being. So it was around the Latrobe Health Assembly's 5 pillars of health were the sort of the themes to run through it. But yeah, mental health was a big one that came out of it. Like,
Yeah, I think a couple of kids, young people did do mental health and like
pretty much
expressed.
everybody.
Yeah, and it was really cool to see what they come out because there's all different movies. Like,
yeah, oh my
nothing
God.
was the same.
They were totally different genres.
There was even animation, which mad respect.
Absolutely, it's so hard. It's ridiculous. It can take like hours to do like 10 seconds of animation.
I can't even edit a video.
Literally. Yeah.
I'm just like trying to.
100%. Yeah, so we're super excited about this year's festival. It's nice and it's going to be really well supported. Like there are so many workshops happening with like professional organizations. So like Optus is bringing people in to do professional workshops. We've got Scouts who are coming to do like costume design and set design. They do the what is it called? I'm trying to remember what their production's called every year that they do. Showtime, yeah. So they're pretty expert in that arena. And we have a bunch of like mentors and support people who can help you learn all the skills you need and get everything sorted over the internet as well. I mean, I think probably the biggest question that we've had so far is like, how am I going to do it at home? It's actually pretty cool what a smartphone can achieve these days. So
I reckon it'd be cool. The outcome that we're going to have.
Yeah. Plus we're doing it kind of into next year. So as restrictions are lifted, we'll be able to do more and more. And by the time we get to filming, we'll be able to, collab.
Absolutely. That's it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, fingers crossed. And as a backup, there's really amazing and easy and creative ways that you can transform your home setting into a film setting. There's also a lot that you can do with editing that we can teach as well. And as mentioned, all you really need is a smartphone. And if you don't have one, we actually do have a bunch of equipment that we can lend out on a case-by-case basis as well. So if you want something a little bit special, like if you want to, maybe borrow like a gimbal or something like that in order to stabilize your film shot with your smartphone, or if you don't have a camera, like we can definitely arrange that. So yeah, pretty cool. I am excited. It can be good. So yeah, we've got our very first info session and meet and greet kicking off on October 1st from 4 p.m. via Zoom. If you head over to our Facebook page, Latrobe Youth Film Festival Online, LYFO for short, you can find all the information about it there, as well as submit an expression of interest form. So yes, it is coming up. Tell us a little bit about the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre collaboration. Really exciting opportunity.
Yeah, so Shark, I'm not sure. I look, my memory is shocking, so someone might have to butt in.
That's so good.
But Shark helps young people or older people, help them get out of addictions and all that kind of stuff. So that could be like gambling.
Yeah.
And like other like substances and
exactly.
And I'm not sure what their number is, so
yeah, no, I can pull that up. They do mention it in the interview that we've done with them, so that'll be cool too. But we'll have it on hand as well, repeated a few times. If people want to write it down, that'll be awesome. So they're called Shark for short, Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre, and they're actually collaborating with the Latrobe Youth Film Festival Online to deliver a really exciting opportunity. Basically, as well as the short film category, which is all about transition this year, and very creative, very open, there is another category that you can actually be a part of, and that is creating an ad with the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre that will be part of a national and nationally reaching campaign. So Victoria focused, but nationally reaching. So they'll send the ad out. It's an anti-gambling ad, and they'll be sending those out across the state and across the country. So if you want some serious exposure, like serious exposure for your work, get involved with the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online this year. It's your chance. It's very exciting. Very, very
So
cool.
good. So good.
Yes, 100%. They were really cool to interview too. They were really lovely.
Yeah. Angela was just really cool to talk to, and same with the young fella we've got next week on.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah. So good. It was wicked. Yeah. It seems like they do a lot of work, like particularly with families of people who struggle with addiction.
Yeah.
But also the people themselves. Like they try to get the whole support unit involved in recovery, which is really cool. Love it. I was like, what am I looking up? That is such a mood. Every day.
And that's kind of interesting to talk about, how it's not only the person who's addicted, but it's the whole family, because it can affect many people, especially family unit.
And it's not only just like gambling. It's just like your sports and your pokies. It's more like games these days. So like your Candy Crushes, your like online purchases and that. So it's a whole wide range.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. I think that there is that thing of like, we think that gambling looks like, going down to the pokies. We have this very like image in our head that pops up when we think about gambling, but it can be so much more. And addiction can take any form. It can be any. Like, if you've seen My Strange Addiction, it can take any form.
I love that show.
That show's just like, wow.
I know. It's like,
that show just demonstrates how out of hand things can get very quickly.
definitely. It absolutely can. It's so crazy. So it looks like, I'm just trying to find, so they've got a couple of contact numbers. They've got the family drug helpline, which you can contact on 1300-660-068. But they've also got like their general inquiry number. So like for all of their services, which is 95731700. I'm guessing, I'm not sure if both of them are like told numbers, but they might be. But yeah, they don't sort of say, but yeah, that'd be good. If you have an issue, maybe get in contact with them, or if you're worried about the toll, which is understandable, maybe head onto their website. They've got a contact form on there you can fill out as well, which is always really cool. Like having options, it's always good.
Yes, options is great.
It's always what you want for sure. So yeah, speaking of like Shark, and speaking about this opportunity, when you were in high school, what sort of opportunities did you have in like media?
Oof. So there was a fellow that actually come in and like interviewed kids for school, like for radio.
Oh, that's cool.
On like, it was like another youth. It was ages ago. I can't remember what guy it was, but yeah, he would come in and just like talk to you about that kind of stuff, or even like we did like this mural, and that went in the Express and all that kind of stuff. So
that's wicked. That sounds really good. What was the mural about?
So like, it was just like some young people did like a canteen mural.
Oh yeah.
So it was like a big sign of just like graffiti. So like some of the kids that come out and like just do that for art instead of sitting on a chair and using paintbrushes, but they got to use like big paintbrushes, spray paint, everything. So
that's sick. That's awesome. How about yourself, Danny? Did you have any like media opportunities back in high school?
No, we had a media class where we got to make our own short films for year 12, but from what I remember, no, not at all. Whenever we did have media, it was all for the teachers and principals, and it was always about the school, not the students. I don't know if that's changed. Personally, I hope it does, because give people that opportunity. But yeah, we had our media classes where we made short films.
That's so cool. Because like we had a very similar situation back in high school, and I remember that there was this one time that some people come in. This was way back in August, which was like a long time ago for me. I think it was back when I was in year 7, which is like 10 years ago now. 11. Oh my God. And they had these people come back into the school and they showed us some basic camera techniques. I think the plan was to like be part of making a short film, but then they sort of didn't come back. So we're like, okay. And then later on in high school, when I was up in Sale, they had the media class, which you made the short film for. But I honestly just never even thought that like lowly regular people could be part of like a film festival. I just thought that was for like professionals. So being a part of like youth space at this time, and we're like offering this such an exciting opportunity for young people to be part of like a proper film festival and like learn all these skills. It's just amazing to see that they actually have these sorts of experiences. It's incredible.
Exactly.
I think the closest we got to like doing something film wise is drama club.
Oh yeah, yep.
And that was just like a play.
Oh, that's so cool though. I love watching like recorded plays. Like they've got those streaming sites, like professional ones.
Yeah.
Where they have all the theater and stuff. They're so cool.
That does remind me, we actually did get recorded. So in year 12, we did Beauty and the Beast musical, and I was in it.
Danny.
Yes, I was the clock.
Oh, that's so, oh.
Nice.
That was really funny because I had like the big square suit, and at one stage I had to run downstairs, across, back upstairs, and then come in on the other side of the stage. And of course, there's people in the way, there's tables, there's chairs, so I'm ducking, I'm weaving, I'm diving in this big suit. Anyway, so we were sponsored by Optus. So we got some media attention with that one. And the play was actually recorded, and I've never seen it to this day.
Really?
It was recorded, and we were told, you'll all get a copy, but we've never seen it.
I might have to find it. Go on the dark web.
Yeah, the dark web.
That reminds me, we had a similar thing. Oh my God, I didn't even remember this. This is such a faint memory. We did Midsummer Night's Dream when I was in year, I don't know, some year level 12, something like that. And I played Snug, who's like just like real beardy dude who's just like some sort of carpenter, I think. I didn't even know what it meant, what a carpenter was back then. I mean, it's not like they're uncommon. I just had no idea. Anyway, so I played Snug and it was recorded, and I remember getting like a CD of the recording afterwards. I have no idea where it went. I'm gonna have to go through all my files this weekend.
I played a star, so like a star.
Oh, I love that. That's so cute.
It was just like the kids that didn't want to do the production were in the side playing stars.
Oh, I love how inclusive that is, and also like, did you have a choice in the matter?
All we had to do was like hold up some stars, and they were glittery, and
oh, that's so cute. I love it.
it was like grade 5 or 6.
That's so cool. So anyone who's listening in, we are chatting about the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online, and we're comparing how exciting this experience is for young people, like particularly if you're like going into VCE media. For anyone though, but particularly if you're going into VCE media, because you'll gain so many skills that will give you a real advantage and will give you a lot of experience that you can take into those subjects like media when you're doing folio subjects and stuff like that. So, it's definitely a big one for those people, but anyone, you don't have to have any experience or skills to join. We're really excited about it. We're going to play an interview actually that we did with Angela and Jack from the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre, who are partnering with us for a really, really exciting national advertising opportunity with the film festival. And we're chatting today about the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online. It's coming up. It's for 12 to 25-year-olds in Latrobe Valley and surrounds. Don't need any skills or any experience if you want to be a part of it. We're going to provide a bunch of workshops, a bunch of skill sessions, and a bunch of support so that you can make your very own film online and present it in some sort of premiere event, depending on COVID restrictions, hopefully in person, but potentially online next year. And our info session and meet and greet kicks off on October 1st from 4 p.m. via Zoom. And then from then on, we're doing workshops all October. And then throughout, we're just going to get in there and make some amazing films. The theme this year is transitions. If you're interested or know anyone who's interested, make sure you head online, head to Latrobe Youth Film Festival online Facebook page, almost a group page, and check out the expression of interest form. Submit it. It's just a form online, takes a minute to fill out, and then we'll get you all the details and all the links you need to be involved. We're very excited. Yes. There's also a really exciting opportunity to be a part of, so you can create a short film on the theme transition with all that support and all those workshops. Or you can also, or either or, you can also be involved in an ad campaign with the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre, which is going to be put out nationally. And this is an anti-gambling campaign. It's a very exciting opportunity, an amazing opportunity to get exposure. Like, if you want to go into the field, at 16, I was part of a national advertising campaign on a resume. Pretty impressive. Pretty cool. Yeah. So if you want to get involved, make sure you head over to our Facebook page. And that was Ghostbusters by Ray Parker Jr. And was part of, obviously, the iconic film of the same name. Very excited.
Yeah.
Absolute bangers. I love your song choices, Tay. Like, every week you're sending me these songs. Like, the last couple of weeks, I've been away sick, unfortunately. Don't worry. Don't have the Rona. All good. All good. But yeah, I've been looking at your song choices and I'm like, I'm missing out on these songs. So good.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'll just switch it up. I'm not fussed now, because when I first started doing scripts for radio, I'd always go with like the theme. So I'd always be like, but I'm like, let's expand. Let's do just random songs.
Yeah.
It makes it a bit more fun. Like, you've got like Taylor Swift, and then you've got like old school Dolly Parton.
It's amazing. It's so good. And it's like, it fits so well into like that Wednesday feeling you get where you just slumped and you just want some real bangers. Like, doesn't matter what the era, you just want to be transported.
These are all bangers. Like, I was talking to Danica about it and I showed her the script. She's like, wow, look at all the song choices. Great song choices.
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, look, thanks. It's not going to toot my own horn, but yeah, thanks.
For real. No, it's seriously cool. If I ever have a party after COVID restrictions ease, you're my DJ. Going to you for the playlist. So good.
And I just got a text. I'm going to give a shout out to Chloe France, who just sent me a text saying, I look like a modern fortune teller. Thank you, big sis. Thank you.
Oh, dude. Your oracle cards, or
I'll just pull out a Ouija board.
Yeah. Let's contact the spirits.
Crystal ball.
They're saying, join the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online.
I see it in your future, guys. You're going to do great things.
Oh, you 12 to 25-year-olds, get in there. Oh, that's so good.
I also see Taylor's banging songs next week. Ooh.
Yes. And you're listening to Latrobe Youth Space on Gippsland FM 104.7. And today you're here with me, Catherine, Tay, and Danny. And we're chatting all about the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online, which is coming up, kicking off with our info session and meet and greet on October 1st from 4 p.m. via Zoom. And then workshops are running throughout October, and then there'll be some more workshops as we go, and lots of support for young people 12 to 25 in Latrobe Valley to make their very own film. It's very exciting. We had one last year. It was extremely successful, and this year we've moved online with the COVID stuff, which is, unfortunate in some ways, but also I think it's going to be a really cool creative opportunity for young people to learn how to do it just like with their smartphone and like with basic things at home. Like, if you can learn filmmaking at home, you can do anything. Like, you can do anything when it comes to filming, I feel. So
I also feel it's going to be a bit more beneficial for the young people, because I know there were so many creative ideas last year last year you had like little groups and they all became their own private studios, and you all had to, come up with ideas, and then as a group you would pick one. Yeah. Meaning all those other ideas went, down the drain. So I think this year, because you have the opportunity to work, by yourself. So So I think we'll have more creative juices flowing and more creative ideas.
Absolutely.
And I'm really excited.
Yeah, it'll be awesome. Like, yeah, you can totally just work on your own. If you just want to bring your idea to life and learn all those skills, you can work in a team, you can bring your mates along, or we can pair you up with a team. There were so many amazing friendships that were made last year. It was really cool to see. And we can guarantee it's a really welcoming space, and we get a lot of very cool, creative young people. So you will meet like-minded people, maybe some lifelong friends as well.
It was amazing last year seeing the first get together of all these people, and they were so shy, they wouldn't hardly talk to each other, and now they come into the space now and they don't shut up, so it's amazing.
It's so good.
It's amazing. Great opportunities for
absolutely.
I think.
Yep. And we've talked a little bit about how there's also the opportunity alongside the short films to be part of that national advertising campaign with the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre. We actually interviewed them the other day. We interviewed Angela, who works as one of their awareness project officers for gambling. And we also interviewed one of their young people that works with them and has struggled with addiction himself, Jack. And we're actually just going to bring you a little snippet of that interview that we did. We'll also make sure it's posted up on our page if you want to go back to it at any point. So yeah, without further ado.
Yeah, so we'll kick it off. Firstly, I'll just get a little bit about yourself, Angela, what your role is, a little bit about the organisation.
Okay, so I work at SHARC. It's called the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre. And SHARC, our wonderful organisation, it's a non-for-profit, free programs. We provide all of the activities for families, for residents in the program, peer support. People who come out into the world after having an addiction can work in our organisation, working with peers and other people. So we've got a number of services in our organisation.
So tell us a little bit about addiction and what that can look like and how it can affect people.
Addiction is a mental illness that affects a number of people, different stages in life for different reasons. But right now, because of the number of ads, like 28 free-to-air ads on television, and not to mention in all the sporting games and everything else that you see, gambling ads, people, it's a normalised part of life. And they don't recognise the actual major mental health problems that occur, and and just to recognise the impact that it does have on people's lives, because they think they can just and also we found in regional Victoria that sometimes if they lose money on gambling, they also have to take up a life of crime, which is unfortunate sometimes, selling drugs and other things, which takes them into a whole different world because they're trying, So they get caught up innocently because they're doing something which they think is okay. And all we want to do for everyone is raise awareness about the issues that can occur, and so that people, if they see someone struggling, will say, hey, hang on, mate, what's wrong here? Can we help? What can we do? This is, we're here for you. And here's the places you go to, like Gamblers Help Services, etc., which are across the state.
So our collaboration is really about how gambling affects younger people. The advertising campaign is really going to focus on that. So I'm going to head over to Jack, who is one of the younger people who's worked with the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre, just to talk a little bit about how gambling actually looks like to young people in their everyday life.
I'm here because Angela knows that I'm involved in gaming, so I was just going to say something about how gambling is taking a role in modern video games today through the form of microtransactions, and it's got this sort of insidious nature that I'm quite passionate about not seeing it, because it's it's like having my worlds collide. Like I use video games to escape, and now addiction. I see people that are having addiction problems with video games, with so buying like virtual currency or loot boxes, which are things left up to chance, which are basically allowing children to gamble. And then there's like the difference between games with microtransactions and just straight out gambling simulators.
It's what we discovered, that younger people are affected more than anyone else. And particularly today, as we notice, and I've just got another research paper today, that there is, the whole gambling and gaming industry is wiring young people's brains so that they will be hooked for life. And we all know how the pathways of brain change from youth through to adulthood. And so it's really important to try and make a connection with young people.
Yeah, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about the opportunity and how that came to be and what it's going to look like.
In one of the projects that we're doing across Victoria, I came up looking into various ideas and came across youth space and thought what a wonderful opportunity it would be if we could possibly work with youth space and get them, if we presented material to them and get the youth to present it to the youth. And that way we could, rather, the last person would be me talking to them, but to having young people talk about it from their experience is far more valuable. And we are an organisation that believes in peer support. It's so far more valuable having young people gaining this information as they will from the workshops. And what we hope to do is, and we will be doing, is making short little ads for schools, which we'll be sending to as many different places across Australia and websites and service agencies, etc., so that young people get the opportunity to view what we come up with in these workshops. And we're going to give it a slant of from gaming into gambling, raising awareness about the and also from the sports betting side of things as well. So we've got people in each of those areas who are able to provide that information to the youth workshops that we're going to be running over October, so that they will then write up screen scripts and things in the with your agency, which is unbelievable opportunity for them and for the impact across the state. And the ripple out effect across the community of this work is going to be absolutely amazing. Just going to be amazing.
Yeah, and I'll just quickly cross to Megan here. Young people will be doing these ad campaigns with the project, and I'm guessing that a lot of people have the question, do they need any sort of skills or experience to get started with these?
Definitely not. It does, I guess, help in some situations having a bit more knowledge of filmmaking, but we have so many workshops coming up from, script writing, directing, editing, even like set design and costuming, which is super cool. So no, you don't have to have any skills in filmmaking. We will help you along the way.
Thank you so much for chatting to us today, Angela. We really appreciate it, and we're really excited for this collaboration.
Thank you. We're very thrilled that you have taken us on board. We're very grateful.
It's very nice. So yeah, if anyone listening is keen on joining the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online, whether to make a short film or to join this amazing opportunity with Shark to create an ad for a national anti-gambling campaign, we definitely encourage you to do that. You can head over to our socials, head over to our website, and fill out our expression of interest form, or shoot us a message and we'll send it out to you. And before we head off, where can people get help and support if they might be listening at the moment and thinking, yeah, I have a problem, I need some help?
Anyone requiring instant support and information, we have a 24-hour helpline for families and friends affected by this issue and other substances as well. The number is 1300 660 068. It's 1300 660 068.
Thanks so much for your time.
So we're going to head into the fact of the day. Tay,
Oh,
take it away.
you know how hard it is to choose facts of the day?
So many facts.
I know. But this one like caught my eye. Like it's short and sweet, but it's really cool.
Nice.
So it's, you know how you've got like alarm clocks and all that?
Yeah.
The first alarm clock could only be set at one time, which is 4 o'clock in the morning. Because you could only wind it up to 4. That was it.
Pass?
Yeah.
Hard pass.
Yeet out the window at 4
Yeet
o'clock
out
in the morning.
It's like some horror movie stuff. You know, they're always woken up at 3 a.m. and there's some sort of like ghoul in the house. Like, ah.
Yeah, I'm just like, it just caught my eye. I'm like, oh, this is really cool, but screw that.
Literally.
I wouldn't even set it. I'd be like,
Right?
no.
Right? You'd be like, you know what? Going to miss the interview. Don't even care. 4 a.m. No time to be awake.
I'm just going to sleep in every day.
I wonder how they got up before alarm clocks, like back in the good old days. Like I'm talking 13th century or whatever.
Would it be like at sunrise?
Yeah, it absolutely would be. Like, I'm
It has
guessing
to
people
be.
probably wouldn't even have like curtains the same way, because I'd say that most, like, have you ever gone camping without a good light source and you end up just going to sleep at like 7 p.m. and waking up at like 5 a.m.? It happens so fast. The body is just like light.
Yeah.
Light is
That's
everything.
big.
It's crazy. Although those that have like don't have that body clock, because some people do struggle with, I think it's called the meridian center in the brain, which controls when we wake up and when we go to sleep. Some people don't have good functioning in that. So
Me.
yeah, no, literally, it's like, it's crazy. And those that would struggle with the body clock, how would they wake up? Like even with light, probably the others. It's like, get
Listen,
out
I'm
of
a
bed.
light sleeper, so like anything will wake me up, like just like sounds, or that's why I leave like my curtains cracked a bit, or like so the light comes through of a morning,
Yes.
so
Yeah.
I can wake up at least 8:30, 9.
That's smart.
You're a morning person. Okay.
I'm not a morning person.
Because it's proven there are actually night people and morning people. I forgot the names. Owls and larks, I think.
Yes. There's
Owls are like night owls. Yeah.
yeah.
I'm right in the middle of both.
Oh no.
And another fact, usually opposites attract. It's usually owls and larks that are partners, not the other way around. Like not,
Oh.
yeah. So statistics.
That is interesting. I suppose actually being in the middle, I was thinking, Tay, like you're like, I'm in the middle, and I'm like, oh no. But then actually that's probably a good thing, because you're like,
That's probably normal.
Because some
During
days I
the
can go to
middle of
bed
the
at
day.
like, yeah, some days I can go to bed at like early as, and then some days I can't, and some days I'll wake up really late, or some days I'll wake up like 6:30 in the morning. I'm just like, what am I doing?
Oh no. Yeah, that must be frustrating, like, because having a sleep routine does make things a lot easier. I feel like just in terms of scheduling your day and stuff, like,
Yeah.
And like I've got like the sleep tracker on my watch, and like it goes from like 4 up to like 10 hours sleep, back down to like 5 hours, 4, and it's just all over the place.
all over the place.
I'm just like, I just need a good night's sleep.
Yep. So last year's Latrobe Youth Film Festival was extremely successful. That one was in person, like pre-COVID. Oh my gosh, pre-COVID times. Did they happen? I don't remember a time, to be honest. Lost track.
Yeah.
Yep. And it was extremely successful. And there was so many different films that the young people created, like so many different genres. It was crazy.
Yeah.
What were some of the genres that were really memorable to you? What were some of the films that stood out?
We had time travel, we had animation, we had so many. We had comedy, we had drama, we had, I think the one that stuck out for me was, I think it was just called Sad, and it was a cool one. That one stuck out the most
Was
to me.
it Sad, Angry, and Depressed?
Yes.
Sad, Angry, Depressed. Yep.
That one stuck out to me a lot. I like that one.
I'm a bit biased here. I wrote it. No.
Oh, you did.
I
It
did.
was, it was bad.
I definitely didn't come up with the idea, but I did write the script. I worked with a young person on that to write up the script. It was really cool. Holly had such an amazing concept for that film. It was just incredible. And yeah, it was really cool to write. It wrote itself. It was very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I think the best fact about that one is there's a scene, and this is a shout out to Brenton Marriott, who used to work with us. He played the teacher in one scene, and you don't realize, but he's actually teaching history in the background. Like, you look at the whiteboard, and it was actually history.
I love that.
So shout out to Brenton, who really committed to the role.
Yes, those fans, that cult following.
Yeah, that cult
following. Soak it up. That's amazing.
I remember when we were still planning, like everyone was still planning their like movies and that. I was floating around doing like just my thing, and then with Sad, the young person that helped did it all. I remember she asked me, "Oh, can you draw when we're doing the storyboarding?" And then she's like, "Oh, let's see." What'd she say? She said, "I'll draw it, and then you draw it as well, and see which one's better." And I'm like, "Oh, that's a challenge. That is a challenge." And I'm not very good. I'm not a good drawer, but
come on, you literally made our logo for the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online. Yeah, you're pretty amazing.
Like, you know,
but all artists be like, I'm not very good. It's like, you're awesome.
I just didn't want to show off too
just
much.
Like an 11-year-old just be like, haha, suck it.
Yeah.
That's not what you do.
I wanted her to you know, take lead and try and do it as much as she could, like, and that's why I just drew stick figures and whatnot.
It's so important.
Hey, very humble person, everybody. You'll be like, oh my God, that's amazing. And she'll be like, oh, it's not that good. And you'll be like, shut up. It's good. So humble pie right there.
100%. Get the spoons out.
Yeah.
This is getting weird. Oh dear. But yes, that is what makes you such an incredible youth worker, Tay, and that's what makes like a lot of the people at Latrobe Youth Space just so approachable, because you really care about the young people. Like, we really care about the young people. We want all of you to have a really good experience when you come along to us, do any of our programs, and the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online is no exception. Like, we guarantee that you'll be supported and that you'll make friends and gain mentors and have a really good time. So,
and even just bond like you've never seen it before. Like, we had two guys that produced a movie together, and now they're like good mates, and I'm just like, how?
Literally. And then we've got like two of the younger women as well who are really good friends now, like lifelong friends.
I was like, I wish I could just go meet someone random and just be like, you're my friend now.
Although you met Fee through the YJC, because we're celebrating Friendship Month at the moment, and Tay was talking about meeting Fee, one of our other staff members, through Youth Governance Committee, one of the camps that they went on, and it just sparked an incredible friendship. It's just so special.
Yeah, I mean, it was such a good, like, even just like going to youth space, you'll just find a bunch of new friends. Like, I would never have done anything like this in my whole entire life if it wasn't for, which is really great.
Yes, that's so good. Also, now is probably a good time to chat about and thank a bunch of the people who are coming on to help out sponsoring this festival. So we've got Scouts, we've got We Are Latrobe, we've got Optus, we've got Shark, the Self-Help Addiction Resource Centre, and we've got more to be confirmed as well. And if anyone listening is like, I want to be involved in this, I want to help the young people in some way, whether you're an organization, whether you are, an individual, we are taking on volunteers, and we're keen to have any sort of support to provide this really exciting and free opportunity for young people in the area. Make sure you get in touch.
All right, big shout out to our boss. She just sent me a message. Yeah. And it's like a bottle of Fanta and a stick next to it, and it's like, you are fantastic. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
And I'm just like,
amazing. I love.
Fantastic. Oh my God. That is
and I'll show you. Oh,
So Tay's showing us, for anyone listening on radio, showing us right now. Oh, that is just what a meme.
that is a meme.
Yes. 100%. So yeah, so as discussed, there's so many different genres that you can go for. There was sci-fi, there was some horror elements in some of them. There was, drama, there was romance, there was animation.
And I think that's what excites me about this theme this year. The theme is transition. And I know a lot of minds probably go to like, the LGBT community. But when you think about it, it's such a broad spectrum, like transitioning careers, transitioning.
It's like pre-COVID to
Yeah.
COVID.
Yeah. Transitioning to a new environment. So I'm so excited to see what people come up with.
Absolutely.
It's
Like,
amazing.
it's such a cool concept because everyone's experienced transition sometime in their life. Everyone interacted with transition differently. For some, it's like a major transition, like, you've migrated countries, or you've like, transitioned gender and like gone through all that. For others, it's like a much more minor thing, but it might have affected them in like very different ways. Then you've got like a broader concept of transition of like, energy, like renewable energy transition and transitioning economies and like there's so much that can be involved in that. And we're so excited to see where young people take it. Don't feel like, I think the biggest thing with when you've got a really broad concept is sometimes you think you have to do this really big thing and you have to talk about all of it. Absolutely not. Like, you can take something as creative and left field as like a zombie apocalypse in a supermarket, and you can bring that into like something just really bizarre. You can do something real simple, like you can just do like a real artsy film about the transition of seasons, or there's so many opportunities there. You don't feel like you have to do something that's way too huge.
It's like one of the films last year was based around a video game.
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was so cool.
Yeah, it was really well done. Like, I'm just like, wow.
It was incredible. And it was like talking about, that it was called Empty Inside?
Yes.
Empty Inside. And it was talking all about how these two younger people are struggling with feeling lonely and isolated. And through all of this this video game, they meet each other and they get to know each other and they form this connection. And it's a really beautiful one. It's very good. It also talks a bit about addiction, actually, interestingly enough. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but definitely don't give in to what people are telling you to do. You do what you feel is right.
Yeah, exactly. And on the flip side of that, if you want to go big, if you have a really big idea, we can make it happen. Like I said, even though it's a bit harder to do at home, we do have equipment we can lend out. We are going to do editing workshops and we can help you with editing. If you want to do After Effects that really bring it to that next level, we can teach you really inventive and interesting and innovative ways that you can make something look really high end, even if it's like very, no budget at home on your smartphone. There are things that can be done.
I'm actually very excited to see how we do the high-end part, how to make something look better. Because in mine, I'm filming that shut down cinema in Morwell. I'm attempting to film in front of that one for my one, and I'm like, how do I make it look like it's open?
Right.
So I'm gonna get you guys to help do that.
Oh, that's so cool. I have no idea. So join the film festival and find out. I love it. All right. So, speaking of the Latrobe Youth Film Festival, last year's was a big success. We had over 100 people at our opening premiere night that was held at Traralgon. We had, how many young people? We had like 13 or 14 young people involved, maybe more by the time you take into account actors and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we had more.
Yeah. I think I recall just from the photos of everyone on the stage, there was like 50 or 60 people up on stage who were involved in some way. So it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, what were your roles in last year's festival and how did you find the experience?
Yeah, so we were talking about this a little bit before. So I was just a floater between all films.
Yep.
So I helped out with like going to some of the animation trainings. I held the boom for one of the movies, which was hands down probably the best job ever.
I love that. Cool.
Got to act a little bit in some of the movies. So one that Danny was in, which was Broken Mirror.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was just like, I felt bad for doing it, but just laughing at this guy that got bumped by Danny.
Yeah, shot to the ground.
And
Gosh,
then
was
it
that the office scene?
no, I don't think that was the office scene.
That wasn't the no, that was the pavement scene.
Yeah.
Head on to YouTube if you want to watch Danny knocking some kid around.
And I would like to say, every time I did the shot, I was so gentle, but I kept getting told, "We need to do it harder. We need to hear it." I'm like, no.
Yeah, and also I was in Empty Inside as well. One of the last scenes. Oh, I was in. What was I in? I was in like a tradie outfit and just doing like some jokes and that. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Got to meet some talented young people that have. It was very great to see them grow over the what was it 4 months or something like that.
Yeah, it was a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about the same time period this time around as well. We're sort of looking around April or May for the premiere and like the launch of all the films. So we've got from October all the way through then. So plenty of time to get all the skills you need and experience and support. And, you know, if anything goes wrong, you've got time to sort of work on things and get it to a level that you're really happy with before it goes out, which is really cool. How about yourself, Danny? What was your involvement last year and how did you find the process?
Well, I was the bully. I only acted in one because originally I was supposed to be in a couple of them, but scheduling didn't work out, I guess.
Yep.
Yeah, I was the bully, and but I was there throughout the process because, like, you know, all the meetings and all the learning, what do you call it, was at the space. So I was just quite observant of how amazing and talented these young people are, and just in awe of what was to come. But I remember after filming that scene, I went to Mid Valley because I had some shopping to do, and I don't know, I looked like a brat. I had my hair up in a high ponytail. I had like leggings. I had these biker boots that were like heels, and I looked like a punk. But it was just so funny because I'm a smiley person. So I got all these weird looks because obviously, you know, somebody be like, "Oh, that's a punk, stay away from them." But I would be like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" I'd be like, "Oh,
like your giant lollipop, just be like, "How are ya?"
I guess I was giving off mixed messages.
Yeah.
But that was interesting seeing people's like perceptions and judgments.
Judgments, yeah.
Yeah.
Stop judging. That's what this film is about. Don't judge.
Exactly. Do not judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a fun day. It was a fun day to film.
That sounds amazing. So, you know, it's a really supportive process. Anyone who's listening, who's maybe even just tuned in, you're right at the tail end of our show. We're about to finish up, but we've been chatting all about the Latrobe Youth Film Festival online today. Make sure you head over to the Facebook page. Got all the event details, all the application details on there. Just a quick little 1-minute expression of interest form. Just get your basic contacts and we'll get in touch with you and make sure that you have all the links and all of the information you need to be a part of the festival. We're really excited to meet you all. We're really excited for you to get involved. So don't hesitate. We don't bite. We're very friendly people. And yeah, so thank you so much for tuning into the Latrobe Youth Space radio show today.